911 operators, boy, have they taken hundreds of calls in the past couple of days. Stranded cars, crashed cars, people falling on the ice and getting hurt too. WECT's Bailey Hicks out in the cold right now with a look at the prospects for those calls possibly slowing down at all. Bailey?
Yeah, John. Well, you can see out here things are starting to look a little bit better. I'm right on 3rd Street, and you can see 3rd Street right now pretty much been reduced to slush. But for a lot of these neighborhood roads, it is a completely different story. The one I'm standing on is a solid sheet of ice, and as you can imagine, it's making things difficult for people driving around, people walking around. And just to give you an idea of how slick things are, you can see even I'm having trouble taking a couple of steps without slipping and sliding. In fact, this may as well be an ice skating rink. So things out here very dangerous, and keeping 911 dispatchers very busy. With ice covering most streets in Wilmington, cars spent the day sliding around. Our cameras captured this video on Independence Boulevard. You can see cars slipping and spinning out of control. Not everyone was as lucky as these drivers.
Hanover County 911, what is the location of your emergency?
New Hanover County dispatchers say they've been getting nonstop calls about car crashes and falls.
Communications, can I help you?
It's bam, bam, bam. It's just, once it started this morning, it hasn't stopped.
Property damage only. Be 2 vehicles involved.
Since yesterday morning, there have been almost 20 reported accidents with serious injuries and an additional 93 crashes with no injuries. During a normal 2-day period, I'm told there are about 25. Dispatchers say they also got a lot of calls they typically wouldn't, like this car getting stuck on top of a fire hydrant. Those walking around also found themselves in trouble.
You said broken ankle?
During just the 1 hour I was at the 911 center, there were 15 calls of people falling.
Is she awake?
There have been 58 since yesterday morning, including a wrecker helping out at a car crash.
When he got out, he fell and we had to send him an ambulance.
He wasn't the only responder that needed some help.
We have had an ambulance slide into a ditch. We've had a sheriff department vehicle go into a ditch. When we get calls where our actual rescue vehicles are sliding into ditches, it's big.
A big situation that these dispatchers hope melts away when the ice does. Now, all of those numbers I just gave you were as of 3 o'clock this afternoon. So unfortunately, as you can imagine, they've probably gotten more calls since then. Now, they are working around the clock. In fact, teams of dispatchers are both sleeping and eating at the 911 center so they can be there to help people calling when they're in trouble. Reporting in Wilmington, Bailey Hicks, WECT News.
Wow, they have been busy. Thanks, Bailey.